Sporting Journal Radio, presented by Onyx.
All right, welcome back. This is Sporting Journal Radio. I'm Brett Amundsen. Thank you for tuning in on this station right here on the Sporting Journal Radio Network. Maybe you're listening on demand at sportingjournalradio.com or watching this on YouTube. Thank you. Dan Amundsen and David Eckhart with us here in studio. And Joe Henry from Lake of the Woods Tourism joining us as well. Joe, we were talking about Lake of the Woods and what to use, and we've got a trip planned, and a glow trip planned, the Association of Great Lakes Outdoor Riders, coming up at the end of the month. And we're going to be heading up there, and Live Target and Smith's Consumer Products are sponsoring the event, and of course Live Target's one of our sponsors here, so we're going to be using a lot of Live Target stuff. So they said, well, what do you want to use up there? You know, what should you do? So we ordered some of the rattle baits, erratic shiner, the flutter shad, and the sonic shad is what we got. And then we ordered some colors. We got some gold and blacks, some of that glow white. And
glow gold's going to be sweet.
Glow gold, yeah, I think that was probably the first one we highlighted right there. And then some golds, some glows, some reds, and we did some whites and some blues just to change it up just a little bit. But generally, Joe, what colors are those? Those are the colors we should have picked, right? Those are what.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys. I just like Danny said, man, that glow gold, you know, and that stained water. See, Lake of the Woods has that stained water, and what stained water is, for some people, I'm speaking to the choir, but other people don't understand necessarily. What happens is the watershed of Lake of the Woods, everything drains from the south and goes north into the Rainy River and into Lake of the Woods, and other tributaries into Lake of the Woods. Well, that water is sitting amongst a lot of bog, and that bog has a lot of plant matter that they naturally color or stain the water with tannins. And what happens is that water is kind of that light coffee color. So the good thing is the walleyes and saugers will bite all day long. The interesting thing with colors and noise is that your brighter colors and your golds are going to be predominant, as well as using the noise, because the walleyes lateral line and that inner ear they have. So you really try to take advantage of those things in stained water, versus if you're fishing gin clear water, you might take a little bit different strategy. So that gold glow, the pink UVs, using a rattle baits like you talked about that Live Target has. But I think those are going to be winners. And that flutter shed you're showing right now, that in that gold red, it's got that little piece of plastic on the front. And it's got the little bit of feather there on that treble hook. Sometimes it's those little things like that'll get that walleye just interested enough to take a nip at it, and that's all you need.
Well, we got somebody else joining us right now. Maybe we should bring him on right now to talk about what kind of success he had up at Lake of the Woods, because he was just up there. Scott Mackenthun is with us too right now. How you doing, Scott?
Hey, I'm doing well. Glad to join.
How was your Lake of the Woods experience?
I had a great time. I did everything that Joe Henry told me to do, and I caught fish.
Yeah. Well, what a joke that is, eh? Well, hey, whatever Joe said, I did the opposite. But obviously Scott's a super experienced angler in his own right. But Scott, one of the things I thought was cool about your Lake of the Woods trip that I was really intrigued with is that you did a family trip, and it was kind of neat bringing your young family plus an exchange student trip, right?
I did. Yeah, we were really blessed. It was a motivation for us to get up there and do some fishing. I've always wanted to take the kids. I've had conversations about doing that, and this was a great chance to plug in. You have someone that had never fished in her life before. That's our exchange student, Marissa. She's from Germany. I tried to break her in on some panfish water here in southern Minnesota. A little bit different than jigging for walleyes and saugers, but she got the hang of it, and just having everybody up there. Wow, what a memory that we're gonna carry forward, and definitely plan to do again.
How old is she, Scott?
Marissa is 15, and then my two blood daughters, they are 11 and about to turn 7.
And she's from Germany, so obviously Germany gets cold, but she'd never ice fished before? What was her reaction when she stepped out on that big Lake of the Woods, that expansive sheet of ice up there?
Yeah, she was pretty impressed. She live streamed had FaceTimed with her parents, and turned the phone, stepped outside, and showed them that there's Canada. It's just nothing but fish houses and a great white expanse. But that's a really amazing opportunity just to get away, to have great fishing, to do something you would never otherwise do, and what a better way to do it than to take your family out there.
Dang, you got some big fish too. That was a big pike. caught up there?
Yeah, we had a couple of great days. Predominantly was eating size fish, but I'm never going to complain about that. And you saw the diversity of options there, so we had a great time. We really did. Just for the record, I want to point out that I also won the board game, so it's got to be worth something.
Joe, that's what it's about, isn't it? I mean, bringing family up there, and then everybody talks about the walleyes up at Lake of the Woods, but as you can see right there, Scott caught that burbot, caught that big pike. There's a chance to catch a bunch of other fish while you're up there.
Well, I think, but Scott did it right too. I think it's kind of cool because, so with technology and ice fishing, there's so many more people ice fishing than ever used to because it's comfortable, it's warm, it's as much social as it is fishing. And when you go out with a resort, I mean, they take all the work out of it for you. You get up to Lake of the Woods, they tell you where the fish house is. Either they take you out or you drive yourself out to the fish house. You can come and go as you please, usually. This time of the year, especially now that the ice is thick and you can drive on it with vehicles. But, they make it so easy. And, the cool thing about Scott, though, is that, when he did it, they ice fished, but they also made it fun back in the cabin. They ate some good food at the resort in this case. They had games they wanted to play. He made it somewhat social in the fish house so that if the girls wanted to take a little bit of a break from fishing, they went outside and they were playing outside and stuff. And it's no different when they talk about taking kids on a boat. Let them play with the minnows. Don't stay out too long. Don't burn them out. Have fun, mix it in, make it enjoyable. And I just think he did a very nice job of doing that.
Well, and Scott, you just did, just a couple of minutes ago, wrapped up a webinar with the DNR on lake trout ice fishing, and I want to find out how that went and talk lake trout, man, because I love lake trout and ice fishing. So, Joe, we're going to let you go. If people want to find out more about Lake of the Woods, where should they go?
You know what? Really, all of our information is on our website, and that is lakeofthewoodsmn.com.
Hear more at sportingjournalradio.com or wherever you get podcasts.
Come ice fish the famous waters of Minnesota's Lake of the Woods, the walleye capital of the world. Experience full-service resorts featuring heated fish houses, ice transportation, meal plans, and sleeper house options. From the Northwest Angle to the South Shore, Rainy River, and Baudette, the Midwest's #1 ice fishing destination. Walleye, sauger, perch, and northern pike. Minnesota's Lake of the Woods, best fishing anywhere. For more information, log on to lakeofthewoodsmn.com.